All right, so I'm supposed to talk about my greatest influence in music as it relates to choirs, because you know choir music is the best music in the world. I had to put that out there because it's true. I've been blessed to work with a lot of artists throughout my career, in the beginning to now, and I'm grateful for all everyone that I've had the opportunities to encounter and work with. I'm not going to run down the names, but I'm grateful for all of that. But if I had to pick one person, I had to pick one person. Now, if you really know me, you already know where I'm going with this. If you really know Zach, so you already know where I'm going with this. But if you don't, I'm going to pick someone that people don't talk about enough. They really don't. They don't talk about, and it's almost like he's forgotten. I mean, I know he's no longer with us, but his impact is undeniable. And I'm talking about the Rev Ernest Davis Jr. He was the founder of the Wilmington Chester Mass Choir. Stand still. He's prepared me. You know, even though he passed away, you know, in the height of, I'm going to say, when they were in the height of their success, he passed away in the middle of that. You know, he groomed them for that time. You know, watching him with the choir, for me, that's what I wanted to do. Reverend Davis had total control of the choir. Anytime I would come around them, I was just mesmerized. Now let me also tell you, no, he didn't know me by name. He didn't know me as Zach. He only knew me as the guy that used to show up at all the engagements. I always make sure I got there early so I can be at the door to help Willis and Howard and them and Ryan and the crew bring their equipment in. So he knew me as that person. You know, funny story, they were at a concert at CBT in Philly. And I had to go to the bathroom. They was in the middle of testimony service because we didn't have praise and worship back then. But anyway, they were in the middle of testimony service part, and I went in the bathroom. And when I was walking, I heard this commotion. Like, what's going on? So anyway, I go in the bathroom. Reverend Davis and one of his tenors. When I mean they was going at it. It was a heated discussion. Let's just say heated discussion. They was arguing, but it was a heated discussion. No foul language or nothing like that. But, you know, I thought it was going to come to blows how they were going at each other. Anyway, you know, I went in there. I went to the bathroom because I couldn't hold it. So I did what I had to do. Said, let me get out of there. I heard when the other guy, you know, stormed out the room. You know, Reverend Davis was still in. He was in the mirror. So I walked past him. My mind is, Zach, wash your hands. Get out of there. Because I don't want no parts. Because Reverend Davis wasn't going to be played with. He wasn't the easiest person to deal with. And when he came at your neck, he came at your neck. Trust me, I've seen it enough. So I was like, let me hurry up, wash my hands, and let me get out of this so I can get to this concert. Anyway, so I walked past him. He was in the mirror, so I walked past him. You know, wash my hands, wipe them off. I'm doing everything fast. You know, and we met eyes. And he smiled and laughed. And I spoke and left out of there. I'll never forget that. And from that day forward, anytime he saw me, you know, these hot spots back in the day in Philly was Cathedral of Faith, Cornerstone. That's where all the ticket programs were. So anytime Wilmington Chester would go to Cornerstone or the Cathedral of Faith, and then Christian Tabernacle, I would get into concerts. I would get into concerts for free because he would see me, because he would sit at the door, you know, while people were coming in. But watching him with that choir and the total control that he had on the choir, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to bring out, you know, stuff with the choir, the crescendos, decrescendos, tone that he had. That man was a genius. I'm gonna tell you how much of a genius he is. 30 some odd years later, 40 some odd years later, whatever. He rearranged a song years ago that today is still relevant. Ride On, King Jesus. Wilmington Chester can go anywhere and sing Ride On, King Jesus, and people will know what that is. You can YouTube that song, and that's his arrangement. You can YouTube that song and hear people all over the world sing that song, but nobody sang it like Wilmington Chester. Nobody directed it like Reverend Ernest Davis Jr. And that's my inspiration. I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to do exactly what he was doing. So that name, it still rings today. So I'm telling you, never forget the name Reverend Ernest Davis Jr. Standing on the shoulders, and I wish he was alive today so I could tell him how much of an inspiration that he has been to me. But if I had to pick somebody, it definitely would be the GOAT, Reverend Ernest Davis Jr.